Good morning, it's Monday about 8:45 and just going to do a quick little update cap here. I just got up here right before work. Figured I'd look at the markets. This is some YouTuber guy I like to watch once in a while. Ice Age Farmers, pretty good shit. Talks about food. And here we got alerts going on as we speak. Well, let's get this addressed. Live time here. Okay. Chill out. Alright, well, let's take a look here. That was an alert on gold. Barrick gold. And, yeah, I mean, I think we can see quite why. I mean, what a big jump here. I mean, I was looking at it the other day, and, what's this on the 15-minute here? Let's just pull it back out here. I knew it was looking good. More on a daily or even a weekly, you can start seeing it starting to consolidate a little bit here, getting a little bit of support on that 88-day moving average. And especially on the daily, you can see it's definitely like consolidating and it's trying to make a decision. So it looks like it had a little move up here. I mean, it's not completely confirmed, but it's definitely a good sign there, especially with, let's just take a look at let's hope that I don't have too many of these alerts go off here, because it's going to wreck the whole video, but that's BlackRock going above $1 as well, so I had something for this one as well, because it kind of had the same consolidation accumulation pattern, and I'm not forgetting about gold and silver as of now, so yeah, let's try to get back situated here. So just look at the gold stuff first. I mean, we're above 1900 here. We're almost approximating 1950. So let's take a look here, and yeah, it's nice big move up here, right? So that should be good for the rest of the assets, and kind of well, it's not, we're not completely out of this downward, let's say, trend yet. I mean, we broke it here, but easily we could just reestablish it like that if we fail and come back down. So let's not get too crazy, but as of now, this looks like a trend breaking bar, in my opinion. And yeah, that's good news for gold owners, and I'm sure it's gonna trail into silver as well. So on the daily here, we are up a decent amount, but there's no reason we can't have a surge back up here, or I imagine we're gonna essentially make a cup here, eh? And start moving back up in the bull market. So it's just a matter if these levels are truly the bottom, and more likely they are, in my opinion. I mean, it's not for sure, but 15% pullback from the top there, that's not, that's reasonable for gold. It's a big asset, so it doesn't move quite so violently. So yeah, I mean, I would say it's definitely looking okay for gold. I mean, nothing completely, it's not like you haven't missed the train yet, let's say. But Barrick gold, I mean, comparatively speaking to a lot of the other, let's say, gold miner stuff, I mean, it was pretty undervalued, especially back down here around under 40. So I was looking at that. I was gonna put in a buy this morning actually for Barrick, but I didn't know it was gonna be such a good day. So kind of missed the level I wanted to get at, but we'll see. That's not too much volume. Let's just put it into more of a realistic spectrum, but it's going to be nice to watch and see how these charts react. So I'm not going to go through each one of these individually. I mean, I might just take a quick peek at some of these other ones I've had. So I got in at Victoria down here, so it's kind of still battling. It could easily not make it through. It'd be nice to see a bar get up into this range here. That would give me some confidence. But if we compared this Victoria chart to the gold chart, you can kind of see it's I don't know, it's not quite as rounded as the gold one. I mean, for me, this doesn't look as scary. I guess if we just look at it from, let's say, right there, it's kind of similar. But yeah, we want to see like some flattening here, maybe a little bit of a higher low. And then that's going to be confirmation that we're starting to swing back around. PGM, it's always one that I like quite a bit. I mean, it's huge red candle right there, I can notice, and we've definitely had that little sell-off here, but it's not so overbought, and PGM around 40, this might be a good little buy here, so I always like PGM, so I want to get another chunk of it here, so if we can see this kind of continue, it's the same kind of thing, right? It's coming down, but we want to see a little bit of rounding. Kirkland here, same idea, like it's a lot of these charts have the same kind of down to the right movements, and we don't want to see it continually just go down and to the right, so we'd like to see it break up past these downward trend lines, and we can start seeing some curving here, and if all these three could cross over and go the other way, that'd be a very bullish thing for some of that. So here's Anaconda. So looking at these top four just really quick, Anaconda seems to be, well, it hasn't really done much right now, so looking at this and comparatively speaking in terms of opportunity, this looks like it might be a little bit better if I was just trying to get into something right now, like as of right now today, because this is actually, when you look at it, it's an ascending triangle pattern. It's not going the other way, so this is actually more bullish than bearish. And as of now, we're underneath all these different support lines. So to be honest, this is a pretty good entry point when you think it's only got about 6 cents to get above that little bit there. 53. So it's not too bad. You could get in the position here at 61, have stop loss 53. I mean, if you really like this company, we'll just pull it back here a little bit and see where we are in the grand scheme of things. So let's make this a little bit less messy. But we have, yeah, it's right at this level. That's probably why. So it's a little bit of historical support and resistance here. So this is interesting, though. Now, granted, that's lower than this. That'd have been nice if that was right here. But you can see here, I mean, if we can get this rounding and flattening, so to speak, and right there, it's only a wick, so the bar didn't close, and this is the monthly. But that did go down as far as that 10 cents. So looking at this, the Anaconda doesn't look like it's too bad of an entry point if this is actually doing good and the fundamentals are good. I haven't looked at the structure of this company, to be honest, but some of these plays are starting to look good. If gold's going to turn around, then we're going to start entering back into above 2,000 range. I'm going to get my hands on some of these, and these green rated ones are the ones that I like more. I mean, feel free to dice and dangle in there, but I like gold, I like Victoria, I like Anaconda, I like Kirkland gold. I mean, when you look at this one on the monthly chart, it's pretty ridiculous. I mean, and we've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bearish months. So when you look at this, it's if this can settle down and start curling back up, I mean, I want a piece of that too. So same thing here. So I'm keeping an eye on that. And Nova Royalty, it's a little bit newer, but it's also something that obviously had a pretty nice little pop there. So when you can see these nice consolidation patterns, that's when I like to get in. I'm not going to go over these other ones too much, but some decent little places here for sure on the daily. I wouldn't say that, I mean, Barrick is too overbought yet. I mean, but let's just take a look right here. Seeing that the RSI is continuous for a long time, actually. That's actually ridiculous when you look at that. Barrick has a good balance sheet, and that's why Buffett bought into it, because they're going to be fine. They got a lot of assets. But right here, I'd be interested to see if it passes this part here in the RSI, or if it just kind of gets rejected again on bear on the daily here. And this would be a pretty good indicator for me if we're going to have a nice little pump up into these ranges. So I'd say to keep an eye on this RSI and see if it can cross this multi-month downtrend on the overbought. So right here too, you can see it's still kind of well, it's just kind of flattened, right? I mean, it's not really showing a lot of upward sign of momentum right there. Victoria here, I got into a position quite low. It's kind of the same thing. It's a little more steeply moving up here. You can see that it's actually a little bit more bullish. Same thing here. They've just been kind of lingering on a downtrend. But another good confirmation, the secondary confirmation, is to see that break out of those things. I don't think that's going to be applicable here for Anaconda. Let's just check Kirkland. Not necessarily. I have it on a bigger time frame, I think. Yeah, same idea. On a weekly time frame. Here, if we can, you can see some reversal starting to happen here. I mean, not quite there, but you can see what I do with those aspects. Anyway, let's get out of here. Sorry about that shit start too. I mean, just waking up here and getting back into my element. So silver. I mean, wow, happy impact on nice little blow off here. I mean, so not blow off, but a couple of my videos I was looking at this, and we knew we had this kind of symmetric triangle moving up, and it looks like we broke to the upside. So that's always nice when those work. You can see a nice little candle here moving upward, and a nice green one there. That's just on the daily. So when we look on the weekly, sorry. So when we look at the daily, here we got this. Nothing too crazy in terms of like absolutely blowing off, but I imagine the next line in the sand is going to be. Let's just delete some of these because they're no longer really our guiding points. So right now, I'd say that still right around 112 is probably going to be our support right now, our first line of support. Seeing maybe a little bit lower, to be honest, probably about 110 is realistically the support level right here. And now, I mean, for me, getting into a lower level, I might move my stop loss to something like this, just so I always lock in X amount of profits when I'm swing trading. BlackRock, geez, you know, I wanted to get on this under $1, that's why I had that alert set, and it just blew up, and it's already 5% up there, so 20% on the day for BlackRock. Gold Corp, I mean, darn man, but there's so much going on in trading right now that you can't hit them all, right? So it's decent to have this one on the list, though. It had a nice look at that consolidation down here in the RSI. So I just knew that this one was kind of underappreciated, and yeah, I just kind of started to get some momentum here, and then yeah, it looks like it's continuing up. So I guess the next place to put an alert would be somewhere around the 155 here. So let's do that. But that's already a half of a double up. I mean, pretty tough to be waiting until it gets here, but it's always nice to kind of keep an eye on some of these assets as they mature and develop. So you can also see why when you pull it out a little bit, why some of these levels need a little bit more. So I'm just going to delete some of these lines here because on this monthly time frame we don't really appreciate it as much. But when we go back to this previous one, you can see it's at $1, okay? So it's had a high at 155, and it's got long-term history of support. So if this BlackRock, let's just narrate the ideal situation. You can see some consolidation into this one. I'm buying in for sure with a probably decent proportion. Is that going to happen? Your guess is as good as mine. I mean, these markets can be pretty moody sometimes. But anyway, yeah, it's just like look at it right back down. So anyway, seeing this, I mean, my eyes on this BlackRock, and you know, I've always been a fan of the impact. We got the Sprott physical silver. Looks like we've also had a breakout. That's because silver is 27, right? 27.50. we've been struggling down here, so if we can get this back up, I mean, especially on this monthly time frame, if we can close, let's say above 28, I mean, it's almost just like a, you know, let's not get too loose with our antes here, but it's a pretty bullish sign to start putting money in these other, let's say, lesser, especially if you can get into some of these mining stocks, like when they are under bought, and then silver pumps, and then you can see big moves like this. You know, you can see moves that you typically wouldn't see anywhere else. I'm just gonna keep going because I'm just gonna do like a little market update every morning before work. Heading back to work here, so it's time to get back to the grind here. So we're taking a look at cryptocurrency. Let's take a look at the total. So the total market cap, I mean, I guess I was kind of unaware of that, but we just bypassed all-time highs. So we are officially the biggest that we've ever been with the cryptocurrency, which is pretty awesome. If you've been investing, yeah, it's nice to see those. So this is excluding Bitcoin, and you can see we're just on the precipice here too. So alt season or all those other altcoins, I mean, we haven't done as well, but this other day we see an Ethereum obviously take take that notion and slam it down. So right now Bitcoin's doing well. I mean, hell, you know, I have no, it's almost surreal. It's that these couple bars go from 20 to 33 or 34. I think it was almost 35, just straight up, right? I mean, and you can see, look at the volume's not even here. Maybe this is just on Bitstamp, but I mean, it's not like I've seen the levels of volume that are pumping it up. I mean, it's just because the supply and demand, man. Institutions are buying in. That's what it is too. Investment firms. I mean, it's not just like, what the hell's my YouTube channel name? It's not Prisca Financial buying it. I mean, so yeah, this is big money coming in here, and I think we know that digital future is coming, right? So Ethereum. Yeah, man, Ethereum sure did well the last 3 months, eh? We went from 375 to 1,000, so well done, Ethereum. And it looks like we're starting to have a little bit of uncertainty getting to these levels, but damn, man, I didn't realize I got that high, 1160. So well done, Ethereum holders. You can see here we got some huge buy volume, so you may expect that it's gonna push past that resistance here. Like, I didn't quite see the same amount of volume necessary to bring the Bitcoin price up, because that would only mean that not as many people are selling their Bitcoin as much as Ethereum's more liquid, I think. Don't hold me to that, but either way. God, we had that nice consolidation pattern here, and it broke out. So